Hi, this is Tim and Shana from Punk Rope, and in today's video we're going to settle that debate about whether you should jump for reps or for time. So you'll see a lot in social media about rep-based training, whether it's jump rope or some other form of fitness, and you'll see a lot about time-based training. And I'll just tell you right off the bat, we are a little bit biased towards time-based training, but maybe we can explain to you. So with jump rope, typically, if you're doing basic jumps such as basic bounce, so if Shana's doing basic bounce, or if she's doing alternating footstep, or essentially any basic move, and there's so many, when you get into counting reps, you're typically talking in the hundreds, right? So Shana, for example, in 1 minute will typically do about 160 basic bounce jumps. That's not going especially fast. It's about her regular pace, which is what you're seeing right now. But if you need to count 160 jumps before you transition to your next jump rope move or next calisthenic or weightlifting move or what have you, a couple of bad things are going to happen. One is you're going to lose track. There's no question about it. You're going to be like, wait, was I on 40 or 140 or who knows what? Right? So you're gonna definitely lose track. The second thing that's going to happen is you're going to be distracted because you're going to be focusing on counting your jumps rather than performing at the highest level possible. And in our opinion, you want to jump with as much quality as you possibly can every time you pick up your jump rope.
Some of the numbers are multisyllable. 17, 18.
Exactly. Do you really want to be counting like that in your head or out loud? Now, there are some apps that'll count for you, but you won't be able to see them as you're jumping, and to my knowledge, they're not going to alert you when you hit your target number. You could videotape yourself and play that video back to see how many jumps you completed in a given amount of time, but that's time. So now we're time-based, right? So our strong feeling, suggestion, is to set up your work sets time-based. There's Shana's old-fashioned clock. I'm going to just put my Timex Ironman triathlon in front of the camera in a second. So there would be one option. You can see that clock pretty well. There's all kinds of other timing devices that would be visible. Now this, okay guys, I don't know if you can see this. You'll see interval 1, 30 seconds. This is a Timex Ironman triathlon watch. It's been around forever. It is not super high tech, but what it does really well is allow you to set a work interval and a rest interval. In this case, I've set 30 seconds for work and 18 seconds for rest, right? That's kind of irrelevant. Now Shana's out of focus, but she'll be back in focus in a second. Okay. And the watch is going to beep when you finish your work set. And that's going to say, okay, it's time to rest. Then when your rest is up, it's going to beep. And it's going to tell you, all right, it's time to work. So let's just do one interval so you get an idea. I'm going to have Shana start jumping in 3, 2, 1, and go. This is going to be 30 seconds, guys. You get a sense of what that's like. 25 to go. 20 seconds. 15. Remember, she doesn't have to look at a watch. She's going to hear this. 10. 3, 2, 1. And there's the beep. Okay, so now she would recover, in this case for 18 seconds. And we're not going to have her jump again because that's not the point of this video. But I'll let you know we've got 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. And then she would jump again. Okay, she's not going to jump again because she doesn't need to. But now, the occasion where you might want to go rep-based is when you're performing a step that's very demanding, such as, say, a double under or a triple under, or, you know, even crosses, and it varies from person to person. But a step that's demanding where you're going to stay in a low rep range. Maybe it's 10, right? So maybe you're doing 10 double unders, and when you hit your 10th, right? Now you could miss, so that's fine. You miss, that doesn't count. You got to go 10 successful. So if Shana shows us, right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. All right, so that was probably 7 seconds. I don't know. I really wasn't looking at the watch, but that would be her 10 reps, and then she would transition to whatever she's doing next. Maybe it's a plank, maybe it's a squat or a lunge or some other move. Maybe she's lifting, you know, dumbbells. It doesn't really matter. We can all count to 10 without a problem. We can probably count to 20. But once you get into these high reps, we would strongly discourage you from continuing to count as opposed to switching over to time-based. All right, so one opinion. Thanks for listening. If you...
I have one more silly point.
Shana's going to give us another point.
If you're doing intervals where your rest and your work are different, maybe you're doing 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, like a Tabata. If you have, even with the watch or a small timer, you have to set it, and then you have to get your hands on the handle, and the set, it's already started timing, right? So you want to put your rest first. Hopefully, you know, the rest is at least 10 seconds. You press it, then you can go, get ready, it goes beep, then there's your work set.
That's a really good point, a very important point, especially when those work and rest sets are short, because you are transitioning from one move to another, and in that process you can lose 3, 4, 5 seconds, which if your work set is 20 seconds and you lose 5 seconds, well, you've just lost what? A quarter of your work set, which is 25%. So you may want to manipulate your work and rest time.
Or if you're trying to know how much you do in a minute.
This is a gym boss.
You can have a 10-second setup time and then a minute for your second interval of whatever you're trying to do in a minute. But you have 10 seconds to set up.
Exactly, right. So that buys you 10 seconds where you can either, you know, grab your rope or grab your resistance band or find your kettlebell or whatever it might be. It's a little bit of trial and error.
Should we show?
But no, I think this is good. I think they get the idea. We're going time-based, folks. We're going time-based. And thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, jot them down in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you next time.